What's up, guys? Welcome back. We are here with more Q&As for you. We want to really help you to answer any questions you have about health, whether it be from the nutrition side or from the fitness side. So if you don't know me, I'm Renata. I'm an intuitive nutrition coach, and I'm here to help women be empowered with their food. And I'm joined by the amazing Coach Mack.
Hey everyone, I'm Coach Mack, the founding health coach of Running with Bacon, where I help women feel like themselves again via fitness, one small step at a time.
I love it. Okay, we have a fantastic question, which I think is so pertinent to the fall and winter seasons coming up. And the question is, with flu season, what can I do to keep my house healthy and my kids too? Mac, what's your answer to this great question?
Well, me having so many kids, this makes me an expert on this question again. However, I am actually just getting over COVID, so I can absolutely relate to wanting to keep your house healthy, especially during flu season. And for that matter, COVID, if being indoors and all of that is going to have everyone breathing the same air and the same germs. And if you do have kids, you are no stranger to the fact that they bring home anything and everything from school, daycare, all the things. So I can definitely relate to this question. And mine is actually going to be one more of the preventative side. And I say that because I'm not a doctor. I don't know, how disinfecting protocols and all that stuff. You moms are way better at that than I am. However, I will say that the healthier you are going into a sickness or an illness, the faster you get over it, tends to be more mild, so less severe symptoms. And you don't have a tendency to pass it on as much because you are able to heal from it and get over it faster. So by that, I mean, you can be in really good shape, taking care of yourself, getting in your daily exercise, getting daily vitamins, getting sleep. Sleep is a huge factor for getting over illness, whether it's flu, COVID, colds, any of that. And the same goes for kids. We often think about kids in terms of their just, energy and bouncing off the walls. And when they're ready to crash, they crash and they sleep. But sleep hygiene is also really important for children as well. So with the school starting back up, hopefully routines become a little bit easier to stick to in terms of maybe bedtime routines, waking up at a consistent time, going to bed at consistent times, all those things. They all really contribute to living an overall healthy lifestyle so that you are better prepared to handle illnesses. And it doesn't have to be anything extreme. You don't have to be a big health nut. You don't have to be able to run marathons and do all of that, but even just the simple things, going for walks, like I said, moving every day, it will really, really help you get over it, especially a lot of flu and cold, COVID, they tend to be respiratory things. So if you have better lung health, better lung capacity, you will tend to bounce back from these things even faster. So a very brief answer from me, because I know that you're going to have so much more in terms of nutrition and vitamins and all the good things that we can put into our bodies that help. So why don't you give us those tips? Because I'm feeling you are chock full of them.
Well, I love what you said. I definitely agree. Making sure, throughout the year that you are healthy is going to be key to any illness and recovery that you might experience. And the same is true for your kids. I do want to say my very first tip, because I have 3 of them. So my first tip is one that we experienced fully because we have 3 kids. And I agree with you completely. The kids, when they go to daycare or school, it's basically cesspools of disease is what I like to call because they do come back with literally anything and everything that their other classmates may have. So 100% wash those hands as soon as they get home from school. We started doing that when Olivia, our oldest, was an infant, because we just noticed that, man, she would come home as like a 6-month-old and she would be putting her hands in her mouth all the time. And it was just a lot better to prevent sickness by, when we get home, we wash everybody's hands really well. And we literally do that to this day. So my kids are now 10 and we have twin 7-year-olds. And so immediately they know when they get home, wash hands straight away from anywhere. including school. So that's my first tip. My second tip is to think about integrating something called elderberry syrup into your daily intake. So elderberry is obviously a berry. It's been shown to be incredibly high in antioxidants, which once again helps to remove free radicals from the body that damage cells. And so the more damaged cells you have, then the less likely you will be able to have a heightened immune system, which will then make it easier for you to become sick. So elderberry syrup is something that many moms, I think, have heard of over the past few years. It is a super easy thing to find nowadays. I can find it at my grocery store. I can find it at my farmer's market. You can put it in smoothies. You can just give it to kids like a tablespoon or a teaspoon, mix it in with a different drink. It's super easy for them to take. And I like to create just a little like wellness shot with it. So I'll put like some other vitamins in there and take that myself. And for me, I know that I'm putting something really great into my body. Which also takes us to my third tip, and that is to make sure you're looking after your gut health. So there has been a link shown between our gut health and our immune system. And so how do we make sure we improve gut health, whether it be for parents or for kids, is to make sure you're getting prebiotics and probiotics. So prebiotics are all of the fibers from produce, whether it be fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. And they are the fuel for all of that good gut bacteria in our stomachs. So we want to make sure we're giving that lots of fuel, lots of good nourishment, so they continue to grow and thrive. And the second one is probiotics, which is the name for the good gut bacteria. So if we're adding more good gut bacteria into our systems, then once again, that's helping to have the good gut bacteria higher than the bad gut bacteria, which improves our immunity overall. So you can get probiotics from supplements, whether they be pills or powders that you mix in with water. You can also get probiotics from things like yogurt with active cultures or kefir, which is kind of like a yogurty drink, or kombucha. There's lots of different things, including like fermented foods such as sauerkraut or kimchi. If you love spicy Korean food, you might have tried that before. So looking at getting probiotics into your body every day, as well as prebiotics, is a great way to continue to fuel your gut health and help you to stay healthier and hopefully prevent sickness as we go into the flu season.
Yes, love it. All of your tips are about making yourself more resilient because I mean, let's get real. There's no way that you can completely avoid it altogether. If you're out in the world, if your kids are out in the world, there's just a chance that you might get sick. And it's really about minimizing the effects, minimizing the symptoms, and then shortening the period that you are sick. So making you and your kids more resilient. Love those tips.
Yay.
So
Okay.
stay happy and healthy this fall and this holiday season with our tips, and we will see you in the next one.